I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Schmack-a-magob, it's time for the only news that matters, and Elton John is back at home and in good health following a brief hospitalization prompted by a fall at his home in south of France. The 76-year-old took a tumble on Sunday and was discharged on Monday. Elton visited the local hospital as a precaution measure, a spokesman said in a statement. Following checkups, he was immediately discharged this morning and is now back at home and in good health. John recently concluded his farewell Yellow Brick Road tour, a massive globe-trotting jaunt that spanned 5 years and 330 shows. The trek wrapped up on July 8th in Stockholm and grossed more than $939 million, making it the highest grossing concert tour in history. You have no idea how much that means to me. Your beautiful words and kindness is just amazing, John told the Stockholm audience during the final show. I've had the most wonderful career beyond belief. 52 years of pure joy playing music. How lucky I am to play music. But you know, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you if it wasn't for you. You bought the singles, you bought the albums, the CDs, the cassettes, but most importantly, you bought the tickets to the shows. And you know how much I love to play live. It's been my lifeblood to play for you guys, and you've absolutely been magnificent, and I thank you. Despite putting a bow on his touring career, John suggests fans may hear from him again sooner rather than later. He says, I will never be touring again, but I may do something in the future. A one-off thing, but that's miles away, he said. I want to appreciate my sons, my husband, my family, everything. I've earned it and I don't regret it tonight. But I want to thank you to the band, the crew, everybody. I will miss you guys so much, but I will see you much quicker than you think. So there you go. Elton John was in the hospital. He finished his farewell tour. I had Elton John on my bucket list forever till I saw the farewell tour, like, I don't know, 3 years ago or something in Miami, and it was phenomenal. I'm glad I got to scratch him off my bucket list. Elton John goes way back with me, even before I was into music. One of the first 45s I ever bought was Benny and the Jets. And if you were a kid in the 70s, around that time, you couldn't escape Elton John and the amount of hits that guy had. With Bitches Back and Philadelphia Freedom, Don't Go Breaking My Heart, Crocodile Rock. I mean, I can go on and on and on. How much Elton John music meant to me back then. And still today. I still love that early stuff. I was just playing today, Funeral for a Friend, his masterpiece. I mean, Elton John is an extremely important guy in my life, and I wish him nothing but the best. I'm glad he's enjoying time with his family, and he deserves it, man. And take your time, Elton John, for your next thing. You busted your ass for 5 years doing this farewell tour, and now you get to enjoy, you know, the fruits of your labor and the decades of music you've brought to the people. You're just a legend, and I love Elton John. And I'm very glad the fall wasn't serious. It's good that he went to the hospital just to check himself out, and turned out he was just okay. So more power to Elton John. Legend in my eyes. So there you go. Elton John was in the hospital. He was released. He's all right, and he's enjoying time with his family. Retired from a long killer musical career. And I want to thank you all for watching the only news that matters. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Please like the video for the YouTube algorithms. and press that little notification bell. And remember to stay frosty and to listen to Black Sabbath and smack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies.
Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.
Before we get canceled, check out the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast with me and Wadzilla. We are the Podcast Kings. Link to the podcast is in the description below, and also a link to the YouTube page. Check out older episodes with visuals. And very soon, either Ian and I will learn how to go on YouTube Live. Might be soon. So check out the greatest podcast ever according to science.com. It's also God's favorite podcast and Satan's favorite podcast as well. So check out the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast before we get canceled.